So with that, now I'm going to turn it over to Lou and Rusty. It doesn't have to be anything formal, but maybe you can give us a little history on your ideas on if you want to start with Rusty with the web page, and then you and Lou on the Facebook, and then expanding it over to YouTube. So
Sure. So, I had to move the server that the radio club was hosted on. Basically, I got a bill for about $400 for a year's worth of hosting where I was. So, and I ended up getting 2 years for half that with GoDaddy. But there were some caveats with that. But anyway, I did work around most of them. And so when I had to move the server, basically, I hadn't quite, and I still don't have down, basically I lost the user database, which was not a bad deal. Every once in a while you got to purge or whatever every once in a while anyway. But so if anybody that's listening, if they were a registered user or anybody new that wants to get registered on the website, if you send an email to my call sign at gmail.com, so ve3wva@gmail.com. And if you're having any trouble, your username is always your call sign in lowercase, and then a password is, I usually end up picking one for you or whatever. It's not a hard thing to change. Anyway, that being said, the new website, of course, it's always in flux. It's always, it's always a work in progress. I work on it. Spare time for me just means I forgot to do something. So, and I've got the attention span of a squirrel. So when something shiny catches my eye, I go running off on another tangent, sometimes never to return. So anyway, I work on the website whenever I can. And, my main goal was to get it up and operational with the chat room and the ability or the ease for people to find the live audio feed on it so they can listen if they want to. So on the new website, basically there's a listen live link, and you don't have to be logged in order to do that. And it will show you the feed that's coming from, used to be Radio Reference, now it's Broadcastify now. And I'm working on, as Lou alluded to earlier, I'm working on, right now, I've had a Windows 10 computer. I've had a PC running for probably the last 15 years. I've been streaming the audio from RMI as well as the Manitoulin Provincial Police. I've had a computer on 24/7, 365 days out of the year, and for many years. And they say the average computer takes about $10 of hydro a month or whatever. And this is a big old honking one and an old one. And it's going to be replaced by a Raspberry Pi. A Raspberry Pi 4 with 8 gig of RAM is going to run 2 streams, no problem. The trunking system, which unfortunately we're only going to have to worry about that for another 2 years until they go encrypted in 2023 supposedly. But anyway, it's going to comfortably do that, and it's just going to sip hydro. We won't have the frequent outages due to a Windows 10 update. Every time that computer restarts, I have to manually restart the feeds, and it's just a general pain in the butt that I'm trying to get away from. So yeah, thank you for bringing the website up there, Al. It's it's got quite a bit of content on there already. Like I said, the listen live link there at the top, if you click on that, and it shows you the 2 feeds. If you scroll down in the little window there they are. There's the Manitoulin OPP. There's 28 people listening right now, and 1 person is listening to the RMI feed. They must be awful lonely because we're all over here. But anyway, this is the easiest way to find it. Of course, you can go to Broadcastify and go to the Canada country and, Ontario and drill down and find it that way. But this is the easiest way. And if there's a problem with the feed, it'll show you right there whether it's up or down or not. And Al, if you would click on the pages link,
Sure.
Top of the page, or just hover over it. About the club, there's a repeater map and web links. And if you want to pay your club dues with e-transfer, it's right there. There's some frequently asked questions there. Again, a work in progress, news articles, and the contact information on that page. And then, of course, you've got the login page at the top. If you click on that, it's going to, ask for your username and password. And, that's easy to do. And under repeaters, we've got the repeaters link there, Al. Again, this is a work in progress too. There's the repeater map and info on RXR, RII, RQQ, and there's going to be pictures and more things up here. I've got to get Al schooled in Joomla so he can add stuff to it. And anyway, it's like I said, it's very much a work in progress. By the way, Jim McLean designed that logo. Good Lord, got to be 10, 15 years. It was before Jack Carmichael died.
Yeah.
We adopted that logo. We did a very good job on it, and it fits nicely, and anyway, so like I said, this is very much a work in progress, but that's it. Yep. So just log in, and as soon as you log in, you notice there's an extra box that pops up in the middle. It says net check-in. And this is a new version of the shout box that was up there. And I find it works very well. And it actually, if you've got your sound turned on when you're doing the net or whatever, you get a little chime that goes off whenever somebody adds a comment. So I don't have to constantly look at it. It dings in my ear if somebody new pops on the website during a net. So that's very handy.
Yeah, so if you live from afar, if you log into our net, and just to give you an example, I typed in this morning, I said, good morning, everyone. Welcome again to the Manitoulin and North Shore Net for Sunday, the 25th of April. Don't forget about our AGM this afternoon at 1 p.m. on Zoom. Have a great day as I'm able to take your check-ins. Thanks from Al. Then Maureen checked in. Good morning, Al, and everyone on the net did her thing, and that with it. So it's great. It all the information is there, and you can check in, and you're listening back. So as a net controller, when Lou does it, she does this, Rusty does it, and so do I. And anybody else that wants to do the net, you can go in. So it's another way of connecting to us. But like I said, with the repeaters, wouldn't it be nice to pick up a radio and actually check in?
Yes, so. Yes, it would. So yeah. Anyway, so and so then I'll be turning it over to. But she really took the helm on these. I suggested the Facebook thing. Actually, I put a page. It wasn't really club sanctioned or whatever. You might actually still find it. I think I tried to take it down or did something. But years and years ago, I threw up just kind of an impromptu Facebook page for the club. But, I suggested it. I brought up again, and Lou really took the reins and ran with it, as well as the YouTube page. So, it's really like this annual general meeting and everything. Lord, that's going to be a big video file. This one, though, might have to break it up into 2 parts or something. And she should be able to do that much easier. And if you belong to Facebook, if you don't belong to Facebook, you won't be able to comment on anything, and you might not see everything that comes across there if you're not a member of the Facebook page and a member of Facebook. So of course you got to be on Facebook to be a member of the page. So we're trying to. I've got the cattle prod out on Al, trying to get him to, take the bull by the horns there as far as that goes. But he's had 35 years plus of policing, beat into him over the last years. So it's going to take a lot. We'll have to get Lou and Judy both on him. Lou and Judy both on him might be able to get it done. I don't know.
No, I wouldn't touch Facebook with your hands. Not a chance.
Well, it's a tool. It's a tool, and like any tool, it can be abused, and
it is,
and it can be abused by you or by bad guys. Just just last night. Well, all the time I get a friend request from somebody that's already my friend, and a member of the club that I was already friends with. I got a friend request from them, so of course I accepted it. You know, and then they didn't do it right away, but a few days later I got a message from them saying, "How are you doing today?" And as soon as they start out like that, I know, holy crap, I'm in. You know, this is a scammer. You know, but I said, "I'm doing well. How about you?" And, you know, a little while later, I got a reply, "Oh, I'm doing great. I'm just trying to figure out how to invest this money that I got from this Facebook lottery or something like that." You know, so, and I immediately, you know, there's a button on Facebook where you can report things like that easily, but sometimes you got to wade through the best option and everything. There's an option in there for this person is pretending to be somebody else. And usually it's easy for me to pick out the bad guy from the good guy, but unfortunately, this Facebook user had about 4 different Facebook profiles, and 2 or 3 of them I think are legitimate ones. So I didn't know which one to say they were pretending to be. So I had to back out.
Just remember that if you aren't paying for it, you're the product.
Well, that's right. You know, and it's Facebook. They're talking about censorship and all that stuff, but it's Facebook's house. You know, you wouldn't let somebody come into your house and talk smack and everything that you didn't agree with or wasn't politically correct or whatever. You know, so it's Zuckerberg's house.
Yeah.
You know, so anyway, Lou, if you're about ready, Al might be wanting to chomping at the bit to say something.
I'm just going to say, let's move on a bit. But,
oh, yeah.
Thank you for everything that you do with the website, Rusty. That's amazing. And yeah, once he gets me a little bit more versed on it, then we're going to post pictures. And if anybody has anything you'd like to post to it, let us know on that.
Absolutely.
So with that,
Facebook thing is a great thing.
Yeah. So with that, thank you, Rusty. I'll turn it over to you, Lou, for the Facebook, and you may want to bring it up because you're a member, and if you wanted to show us more on it or whatever, that's why I brought it down from my end, because I can't show you everything. So
yeah, no, actually, you showed the pertinent information, which is how to find it, Manitoulin Amateur Radio Club. Now it's been up and running, I don't know, maybe a month and a half, about that. And we are up to 63 members, which is awesome. Not necessarily hams. And I put it that way because there are people interested who don't currently have a license. And to me, this is a perfect venue for them to peek in and see what's going on and what they can learn. We do have members from all over. We had a young fellow from Texas join us on the Facebook page. He is not a ham. However, he is National Guard and looking into the civilian aspect of amateur radio. So when I talked to him, that's what he said. This is the way for me to look and see what goes on the other side. So it's very popular. We have Terry who posts items for sale that he picked up at auctions and stuff, and it's been very.
He might be done with that though. I think he's about exhausted his supply. So
yeah, I did speak with him and ask him to take down any posts that have already sold, because the page is getting quite busy. Rusty and I are admins on this. Now, anybody who wants to post on there can post. If it's inappropriate, insulting, or nasty, it's going to come down, just so you know, because, you know, this is not a space for harassment and bullying. No space is. Now, the YouTube channel has been going for about a month. We currently have 14 subscribers to it. And of course, you know that I post the videos that from Saturdays when we do our Zoom meetings. If anybody else wants to post a video on there, email me and I can add you to the list of folks who can post. I'm not quite sure what it's called, but because, you know, I have squirrel thing going on too. So yeah, if you want to post, let me know. I'll add you to the email, to the posting list. And that way it isn't just me and Rusty on there posting stuff. Now, when you go to the YouTube channel, you'll see another page on there saying playlists. I hope you see it anyway. There are videos from other channels on there that, you may or may not find interesting. Any suggestions for that? Email me. I'll find the video and post it. Like I say, they're both coming along very well. I took the reins because Rusty's busier than a one-arm paper hanger, and he just quite simply does not have time. I, on the other hand, this whole retired thing, I'm kind of liking it. Anyway, that's it from me, Al. Back to you.
All right. Well, like I said, you've reelected an amazing two people here for your club. I mean, they're doing an amazing job to keep things rolling for Manitoulin, and it's great. I mean, like I said, I know a little bit about Facebook and of course YouTube, but to do that, Lou, you're doing a wonderful job, Rusty, with the website, and that's what makes it a team, right? Everybody puts their input and their insight, and that's what makes us a unique club and really interesting that way with it. So thank you for that, and keep posting and keep things up, and who knows, you may have me convinced one of these days. I know Judy really enjoys her Facebook with her paintings and things like that. So, all right, next item. Let's talk a little bit about Field Day, Canada Day, and the Lighthouses on the Air events. And that with it, we have Igor here. And that I know Igor may not be prepared to set up. I didn't get a hold of him, but he did do a presentation earlier on it. And that what he's hoping to propose. Of course, we're all sitting in limbo. We don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. I would like to see these events definitely go ahead. So the question that I'm going to propose to you, Igor, if the lockdown is still in that, I don't know about the club sanctioning an event where, we're bringing people in from all over to do a public event like that. We'd have to re-look at that. I do have some very serious concerns about that. However, if things get lifted, there shouldn't be a problem. Are you prepared, like you did last year, on a single type of thing? If people can't get together as a group, we'd have to look and see if 5 or 10 people or whatever is available. But like I said, I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, and we certainly don't want to jeopardize the club situation or anybody's health either. And I'm sure you have those concerns too. So I'll throw it over to you for any comments you've got and what you're hoping to do. And both on, I know you're looking at running Canada Day alone, but I know you want to try and get those antennas up too. So with that, over to you, Igor.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you all. First of all, next great event like National Championship of Canada, which name RAC Canada Day contest, will be in the next 2 months. Unfortunately, due to COVID story, this is a little bit not clear situation for now. However, let me introduce status of this preparation. First of all, Manitoulin Radio Club has very good history for the first places records in this competition, and definitely it will be great if it will be possible to operate like team. However, if it will be not possible, I would be operate like by single op in the competition. Last year was designed a very effective antenna for the 40 meters. Maybe you remember from the previous presentation. This is 6 elements Yagi on 40 meters. This is wired Yagi, which was stretched between 2 towers. Antenna was pretty effective. Like when I operated Europe, I have got a lot of the European station stroke QRP, stroke mobile, stroke portable, which gave me 5-9 report. It means like antenna was design it and produce it with very high like gain. And for this year, I have designed it and prepared a couple extra antennas. It's possible to install on the field on the McLean Mountains. I do have enough experience to install it. However, if it will be possible to help me to install this antenna, if it will be possible, it will be great as well. So I think in the couple weeks situation can be more clear, and after that it will be provided final decision which category can be possible to operate in the RAC Canada Day contest and field day as well. And I would be like assign like final decision for the couple weeks later. For the field day, this is a little different story. I think it will be possible to operate like from the like remote location, like from home. In this case, it will be much more flexible because possible to operate from the home location. What else? Also, before these events, I would be propose a small presentation how to operate in the competition, in the contest, I mean, and how to use N1mm logger. I did this presentation in the past. However, this is not too difficult to do this presentation again, because this is very good activity. Like you can operate in the contest, and this is really great activity. When I operated from the far north during last Worldwide Championship in the October last year, I operated Rusty V3WVA on 40 meters, and I was pretty happy to know that Rusty, after his contest operation, he likes this activity. And if you can share my screen right now, if you give me privilege, I can show to you certificate which Rusty already got from the CQWW contest committee. This is certificate on my screen, and if you can give me,
Yep, you should have it.
I see. Let me try share screen. Yeah, it's here. Okay, and this. So like Rusty was very happy to operate in the CQWW, and take a look what is the certificate he got already from the CQWW DX contest committee. Also this one, like 11 places in Canada, V3WVA, and this is like very good memory. Also, I am expecting for the stop share. I'm expecting for the result of the CQWW DX contest last year because a couple members of the Manitoulin Radio Club has operated like team, and I suspect to get results for the Manitoulin Radio Club as well. It will be in the maybe 1-2 weeks, and it will be announced as well. It will be like team and club members competition. So this is first time when Manitoulin operated in this activity, and it will be first time when Manitoulin has operated like team in the Worldwide Championship. So I would like to highlight that training how to operate in the contest and how to use N1mm will be accessible in 1-2 weeks before field day operation and Canada Day, and I think it will be helpful. So I would like to pay attention. Maybe it will be possible. It will be very great if it will be possible for this antenna, which I designed, need to assign to the top of the tower. So if it will be possible to put pulley on the top of the tower, in this case, antennas will be easy to install. So, but this is depends of the accessibility. Also, we have planned for the lighthouse event. It will be middle of the August. Unfortunately, same situation. Technically, we ready to operate. Like we do have equipment, antennas. Also, I spoke to Patrick V3VC. He told that he has generator which possible to use during operation from Janet Head Lighthouse. So, but this event can be possible to implement in the case when it will be allowed by municipality, and if story with COVID will be a little bit lighter. So this is same situation. We need to wait when situation can be changed for this event. Technically, we ready to operate in these 3 events, but still waiting. So this is status for these 3 events, and so time flying very fast. It will be shortly. We'll see how it will be possible to do.
Okay, well, thank you extremely very much, Igor, for putting that all together. And I know Igor does an amazing job. Anybody that was around last year and saw some of his setup and that with it, we're so lucky to have you as part of our club, Igor, and putting Manitoulin on the map. Because if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be there for sure. But you're teaching, you're a great presenter, and you know, we're learning about facets of the club, and this is what it's all about. And certainly since we've been doing the Zoom, Igor's been in doing various presentations, and next Saturday, Igor, I understand you'll be doing one on propagation, and then future, if you want to do the MM1 presentation with the logger and other stuff. And like I said, we'll have to play it year by year. Indeed, you're certainly welcome to go up there as single operator again, if it turns out that way that we can't as a club sanction that type of event. But certainly if it turns around, they allow groups to get together and people feel comfortable. Most of us are getting vaccinated already, so you know things are moving along, but it's still up and down. We don't know for sure. So, and of course it's the traveling along the province too, right? They're telling everybody stay at home orders and that with it. So hopefully we'll see what goes. But all right, excellent. Well, thanks very much. Are there any questions for Igor on any of his items or that? Okay, well, I'm not hearing anything further. So thanks, Igor. We'll look forward to seeing you Saturday for your propagation, and that'll be very interesting. I'm sure we're all looking forward to that.
Sure.
Okay, just moving on in regards to club events and adding to what Igor said. Again, we're going to have to take it day by day with it. I mean, as soon as we can start to open things up, the first question is, as an executive of a club, we have to do it safely. We cannot be seen in the media or something and, you know, Manitoulin Amateur Radio Club hosts whatever, and some reporter or somebody takes a picture and posts it on wherever. And next thing you know, there's a whole group of us getting together when things are locked down. So we don't need that negative publicity and that with it. So, and safety. We don't want anybody getting sick as a result of the club, right? So we'll do the best that we can when we can start opening up things. I will. And the other thing is too, you as an individual will have to start feel comfortable to get out and do that. There's no sense in having something if people say, well, I kind of want to hold off another, you know, which is fine. And I respect all those decisions because not everybody's going to be on the same timeline, right? It's going to be a whole new world. And if we do eventually get together for breakfast or a parade or picnic or something like that. If we're not eating, we may all have to be wearing masks. Who knows? You know, we just don't know where this is eventually going to go. So, but we'll try and open it up in that. However, in the meantime, I hope I have your support. I'm still going to do the Zoom every Saturday if we can, and I'm planning to do it through the summer. Now, I can't promise to be there every Saturday. Normally, as long as the lockdown and everything's open, but or as everything's closed, I'll continue doing that. We'll try and bring new speakers. I'm looking at, attending different organizations and see if somebody has a speaker that's willing and available on a Saturday morning to come to our Zoom groups and kind of keep it engaged and interesting that way. As far as the round table, I think that's been good, unless I get feedback from people saying, I'm kind of sick of that now. We don't need that anymore. Then I'll continue to do that. And hopefully, if any of you want to kind of take over as moderator for it and run the session, I can't be there every single day of the week, but those that have filled in my absence, I truly appreciate it. I have other duties with the municipality and victim services and stuff that sometimes 10 o'clock takes me away at different other Zoom meetings and other things to that nature. So I may not be available all the time, but as long as I'm there. Of course, the continuation of the Club Nets will continue. That's been running since 1988, believe it or not. Some 30 or almost 30 years in relation to keeping Club Nets going, or over 30 years, I should say. My goodness, yeah. So, those things will still continue. And if anybody else has an idea on a special club event or something that you want to host on one of the repeaters, the Monday night D-Star Net is still able to go. The Friday night Can Net on D-Star. Thursday night Procom nets are still active, and please check into those. The DMR repeater is up and operational. If there's a particular net or talk group you want to go on, please let me know. If you want it to flip over to C4 FM and put on the Canada-wide net on Wednesday nights, let's do it, and that with it. And anything else, IRLP, if there's a particular net, Bill, BK mentioned one on Wednesdays, we can start to set it up so that we can connect.
Pardon me, Al.
Yes, go ahead.
I've got a bug out here. I've got to get my kid fed and my dog looked after and whatnot. So I'm going to have to take off. So
okay,
I just wanted to say thank you to everyone that well, I can't say voted for me, but everyone that nominated me, and you guys continued to let me be your vice president, and I just really appreciate it. It means a lot. So we'll say 73 to everyone.
Okay, Rusty, thanks a million for all you do, and thanks for being here today.
No problem. Take care, guys.
I'm just wrapping up anyway.
Okay.
So
all right. 73.
All right, and yeah, so that's all I have. Are there any questions or comments or anything? I take it I still have your support for the Zoom get-togethers and the roundtable nets in the morning.
Well, yeah, Al, if you don't want to miss a Zoom,
Sure.
yeah, I can take your place at council chambers.
Absolutely, please do. Please do. That would be a nice relief.
Bring in the fire axe.
I'll bring
Yeah.
the axe.
Yeah, bring the fire axe. Yeah, I'll have to borrow that for some meetings, I'm sure. But
It's a
anyway,
wonderful thing.
yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not hearing any. I see a few thumbs up and stuff. I'm not hearing any negativity with it or whatever. So,
Al, I have a question.
yeah,
With
please go ahead.
The Friday night net, could you please elaborate on that? I was writing it down and didn't catch the time.
Okay. So on Friday nights, there is a multi-digital net. It started as being the D-Star net. It's called the Can Net. It's the Canadian, started as D-Star net. Now it's known as the Canadian Multi-Digital Net. So you can access it on 3 systems, whatever you have. So the first one is D-Star. It is held on multiple reflectors, and if people are jotting it down, I will read it out to you. So it occurs on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, or Eastern Standard Time. Because 9 p.m. it's 10:30 in Newfoundland and 6 p.m. in British Columbia. So there's a 4.5-hour difference of time zones to do it. So you can pick it up on the following reflectors: the Manitoulin reflector, and thanks to Mike V3OLC for sponsoring and being part of that. He got that reflector going. We had to do an upgrade. So I'm waiting for one of the gurus, Steve, to put our logo back on the site and stuff when he gets some spare time. But it's XRF 103 Bravo. And that reflector is used as a rag chew net. It has picked up momentum and is used very, very well. We've got a lot of people that are on there. And it's connected Monday night for the Monday night D-Star net at 8 p.m. and then Friday night at 9 p.m. For the CanNet. It's also held on XRF 005 Bravo, XRF 038 Alpha, and XRF 221 Bravo. So either one of those XRF D-Star reflectors, you can pick up the net. I'm net control every 3rd week on there. We have 2 other people, John, VA3 Whiskey Mike from Niagara, takes 1 week, and then the following week, Doris, VE5 DJQ from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, takes the next week, and then I take the 3rd week, and then we rotate. If you have a hotspot or a DMR connection, you can connect to the Brandmeister DMR talk group 302050. That is bridged over to the D-Star. And if you have System Fusion, it's System Fusion channel 36010, known as the ON or Canada ON Procom channel. And either one of those 3 digital networks will get you into the Friday night net. It's very popular. We get a lot of check-ins, and we're averaging up to about 40 check-ins from across Canada on that system, right from the Yukon right to coast to coast, and US and Australia and elsewhere. So that transpires. IRLP is up and operational, the Asterix node. So all those things, you know, they're there for the club. Use them. If you're not sure, call me. I'll help you through it. And if you need another presentation on them, I'm happy to do that on Zoom too. All right. So with
Thank you, Al.
that's what we're planning to do. And then any other club business, just to support, if you'd like to be part of the club and show some wear. As you know, we've got our logo. I have a golf shirt here with my, you know, call sign and name on it. These are out of Island Promotion, out of Gore Bay, if anybody's interested. They have our logo, and they can do anything: windbreakers, parkas, t-shirts, golf shirts, ball caps, you name it. You go there, the gentleman's name is Dan Osborne. Just tell Dan I'm looking for a t-shirt or something with the Manitoulin Club. He's got the logo all done, all set. He'll embroider it. They do a beautiful job. And if you want to wear something as part of supporting the Manitoulin Club, then feel free to do so, and that with it. And other than that, I don't think there's any other club business. I'm going to open up to the floor for any last minute comments, questions, anything else that we haven't covered before I close her down for the meeting. So
let me close with this question now. RMA doesn't have an input tone, right?
Not right now, but if we flipped it over to the System Fusion,
You'll need one.
It's 156.7 hertz. Okay, so you would put that so that you're not hearing, if you're just on a straight FM radio, you're not hearing the
Digital.
C4 FM digital
Yep.
noise. Yeah.
Thanks, all 7.3s, everybody.
Okay. Anybody else with any other questions? Or, I'm sorry, Marie?
Motion that we close the meeting.
Okay. So I have a motion from Maureen to close the meeting.
I'll second it.
I'll second
Okay,
that too.
I hear Tom, TSS, to close it. So Lou, we're closing it at 4:30, 16:30 hours for the net. And all in favor? Okay.
And I'm
Anybody opposed that wants to stay here for another 6 hours? No?
I'm out of here. 731 and all.
All righty. We'll do that. We'll close it. Thank you, everyone, for attending, and we'll talk to you real soon. So,
Thank you very much.
again.
Have a good day.
You